One that we are familiar with is the ART, antigen rapid test. It takes about half an hour. Involve swabbing that is not so difficult, just around the nostrils. Costs as low as $10 per test. Deployment is very flexible because it's a handheld device and can be en masse with many people swabbing at the same time. So we have rolled out ART to almost all our public health preparedness clinics that is providing the swab and send home service. All our polytechnics, and we want to expand the capacity shortly and deploy them also to private GPs. We are also exploring self-test ART, and you can purchase them in pharmacies and perform the test at home by yourself. So it works almost like a pregnancy test kit, and you can do so before you go to work, and that way it is even more flexible in terms of deployment.
We are actually working out a set of instructions and guidance that will accompany these test kits once they're made available in the pharmacies, for example. And they will explain not just how the test is to be done, how to perform a swab for the purpose of administering the test, but also the circumstances where the test is appropriate. So for example, if you are sick, you actually have symptoms, you should actually see a doctor, get that properly assessed, and get the best test done to diagnose or exclude the presence of a COVID-19 infection. And the antigen rapid test would not be appropriate for either making that diagnosis or excluding in that particular setting. If you are asymptomatic, and this was done really for screening purposes, as Minister had mentioned previously, then the antigen rapid test may be suitable. However, you need to be careful about how you interpret these tests, because they are not as accurate as PCR tests, and therefore a positive test on an antigen rapid test kit needs to be confirmed, and we still recommend that you see a doctor for a proper confirmatory test to be done. If it were negative, we would recommend that you not be complacent, and you should still adopt the precautions, including mask wearing, hand hygiene, infection control, safe distancing, which would then protect you, because you never know whether you're still in an incubation period, and the following day you might actually become infected and turn positive. And it's important to appreciate and interpret the results in the correct setting.
Thirdly are the breathalyzer tests. Now, two kits developed by NUS and NTU respectively have received in-principle approval by MOH and the Health Services Authority. The test takes a minute, no swabbing, you just blow into a mouthpiece or into a cartridge. And so turnaround time is fast, so it's very fast and easier to test than ART, but it involves some equipment. Yeah. And so it's not as deployable as the ART, which is very agile. So depend on the cost, the flexibility, the throughput, the turnaround time, we will deploy the most suitable test for the right settings. A few pilots are ongoing or about to commence. For example, ART has been deployed at PSA and also selected dormitories for foreign workers, and over and above the current rostered routine testing. The Causeway and the airport have adopted breathalyzers. So in the coming days or coming couple of weeks, we will implement many more pilots using fast and easy test kits for certain group of workers, for certain premises, for certain events. So group of workers, they can be cleaners, they can be F&B workers, frontline workers. For premises, we can look at, for example, hostels in universities, we can look at hospitals, we can look at malls. And for events, we can look at, say, weddings, or conferences, or religious gatherings. All this will be rolled out and then spread to even more users.